Hey y'all, it is late again tonight, but I wanted to go ahead and get this done before the weekend. So I hope I'm catching you guys before the weekend. It is technically, I guess, Friday morning at 1:30. I should be in bed right now. I'm actually helping one of my kids go move into their apartment for college. Luckily, there's going to be two drivers there that aren't going to be me, so I might get a little nap. But I apologize for all this chaotic background that you see kind of behind the video. But when it comes to my creative mind, that's kind of what you're looking at. There's always ideas and things I want to get done and do and try to make everything come into fruition in a certain way that is going to be top notch in whatever I do. Because whatever I do, whatever I end up doing with whatever idea is floating through my head, I try to do very well and take pride in what I do. So there's a lot of there's a lot of chaos back there. And so when I was thinking about chaos, I was actually thinking about the quote from Heath Ledger from the Dark Knight Batman movie. And so that's the reason why when you first clicked on everything, that's what you saw. He died. I want to say it was. I do have notes in front of me tonight. He died January 22nd, 2008. Also from addictions, and he was only 28 years old. We've had some fun over the past few episodes and things that I've shared with you guys, and I will definitely be sharing more of myself with you guys as we get through different episodes and different things that are going on as I get more followers and stuff. Come on, people, come on, please. I'll be entertaining. But I think that we do need to get down to the nitty gritty and just start with just the basic thing. Okay. So let's talk about, for those of you who are watching, I don't know if you remember those big, bad, like Webster dictionaries in the back of your classrooms. And if you didn't know a word, we didn't have Google back then or autocorrects or anything else. So we were going to the back of this classroom and going ahead and opening up that book, having to look up that word and see what the meaning was and the context and everything else. And so I am going to go ahead and use Webster's dictionary this evening. So Webster's dictionary, they define an addiction as a chronic, ongoing, and cyclic, very compulsive need for some kind of habit-forming substance, behavior, or activity that can have a harmful physical, psychological, and social effect. Now let's think about that. It is a compulsive need, and it affects every part of you. Your physical, so your body, psychological, your social interactions with people and stuff. They say that when you want to look at an alcoholic, the things that you see normally, there's like different, like little, I guess, there's different traits that you see in an alcoholic. And so some of the ones that they said that I've read about and have seen was the need, the person needs to have alcohol to be confident, which I had touched on kind of briefly in the past. They joke around that they have a problem. Ha ha ha, some of them will say, ha ha ha, I'm an alcoholic, and some of them say, ha ha ha, no, I'm not. They don't seem to get hangovers anymore. Sometimes they'll drink alone. They prefer to drink alone because they don't want anybody else to see the degradation that's occurring to them. They do definitely replace meals with alcohol. Beer is one of the biggest ones that I see because the liquor is a higher alcohol content, so you don't have to drink as much to get a buzz or whatever, so, or get drunk. But the beer fills your tummy up. So they become a different person when they drink. So they can become hostile, they can become argumentative. When they can drink, when they can't drink, when they are drinking, their emotions are going to be all over the place, and your emotions dealing with it are going to be all over the place. They can't stop at one drink. One's just not enough. Two, oh yeah, I'll have another one. Oh, well, I'm sitting here, and now I'll have a third one. Okay. And sometimes they'll hide their alcohol so that way others do not see them drinking, which I personally did as well. And then the other thing is that they're blacking out regularly. And it just depends on blackout. They might get down the street, or they might get to their car, sit in their car, and fall asleep in the car or on a park bench somewhere. And that's where they wake up whenever they wake up, and that's where they're at. And hopefully didn't get robbed or anything else, depending on where they're at. I think it's important to see that, if a person is willing to give up personal relationships, financial and money situations, true friends, then I would say that if they're willing to give that up for something that is tangible, or something that's going to just make them feel better, or think it makes them feel better, because when it all comes down to it, all you're going to have is the alcohol left. Everything else is going to go. I know people who have spent like $20,000 to $30,000 a year in going to bars and drinking alcohol. Some of that is probably, as you get more drunk, you want everybody else to drink with you, so you're buying shots for everybody. So, there's that. But I mean, I'm trying to get back what I destroyed. You need to go to them and you need to talk to them. Let them be the friend that you want them, and let them be your friend. Let them be your friend. If they're truly your friend, they're not going to sit there and judge and play judge and jury on you. They're going to sit there and they're going to listen. And maybe they have some kind of advice or ideas of handling things, or something that would help. I cannot say, through this whole entire process, throughout years, everybody said, why didn't you, again, I go through this in one of the other episodes that I did, why didn't you ask for help? Why didn't you ask for help? Why didn't you ask for help? I didn't want it. And I was terrified of letting anybody know. That was taboo. You didn't do that. Drinking was bad. I was in a Southern Baptist church. In the Bible Belt. So yeah, it's looked upon a certain way. More so, I think, than in like bigger cities and stuff. I think. I could be wrong, but I think. So just to keep in mind what you think, and I'm curious, if you had to make the definition of addiction, what would it be? What would it look like? What would it sound like if you recorded or if you wrote down what your definition of addiction is, walk away from it, come back maybe 24, 48 hours later, take a look at it and see what you wrote down, see what you said. I'm just curious. I'm curious if the idea continues, or if, when you start thinking about what addiction is, and do I have one? Do I not have one? Oh no, I'm fine. Maybe you are. I personally don't care. If you're not an alcohol, I don't care. If you want to go out and have 2 beers and that's your thing, or a couple beers, few beers, you want to go out, you want to have a party in the weekend, fine. But the things that I'm talking about, these are consistent cyclic behaviors. Everything that I talked about, as far as, like the replacing meals with alcohol and becoming a different person, and feeling more confident, this is par for the course. So, all right, y'all, no more depression for this evening. I want you to think about what I've said, though. I hope you did actually go through all of it. And you know how to get in touch with me if you need me. Until then, have a good weekend. Try to keep it calm, keep yourself steady, and do your thing. Love ya.